man with a camera.
The following program comes to you in color.
Good evening, everyone. It's Walt here from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport for another edition of Runway DFW After Dark. We will be here with you for the next couple of hours from DFW Founders Plaza, the premier plane spotting location here at one of the world's busiest airports. So, I hope you've got some time to spend with us, whether you're watching on a tablet, a TV, a smartphone, or your computer. It's all the same to us here at Runway DFW After Dark. We come to you on this Tuesday, February 6th, 2024. I see we've already got almost 200 people watching, so I greet you one and all. Don't have a lot going on at the moment. Let's take a look at the radar here. And I hear something, but it must be over on the other side of the airport, because as you can see, we're on the northwest side here, and there's nothing taking off, nothing coming in, I don't think. But we'll be on the lookout for that. We got something coming in a little bit, so hang on to your hats. Pete Nordine, channel member, says hello, Walt. Hello, Pete. Farid Abed, a channel member, notes that there's almost 100 likes. Well, I see 109 right now, so that's excellent. Channel member and moderator Josh Aldridge says, I see they're busy loading up some UPS planes for us. Yes, indeedy. North Texas Skies says, hello, everyone. Daniel Fensel, I think that was, is our newest subscriber. Thank you for doing that, Daniel. And, yeah, Josh is saying nothing on the west side right now. So, I don't know. I don't see any lights to indicate that they've closed the runway, so just maybe a little lull in the action right now. A list flyer, Chris, our quad jet channel member and moderator, says good evening, Walt, and hello to you, Chris. It's good to see you. I saw you on with Pip this afternoon. Pip Hastings has another streaming channel, Pip Hastings Aviation. He gave us a shout out at the end of his broadcast, so I'll give one back to you, Pip. Howdy to you. Catching with Klaus says, I'm new. So all new members are welcome. We thank you for being here. We've got a plane almost on the verge of coming in, but before we do that, I want to acknowledge another $200 super chat from our channel sponsor, James Webb. Thank you so much for that, James. I sincerely appreciate that. And so here comes our first arrival of the night, American Flight 1939 from San Diego. Where'd it go? All right. Don't see it. There it is. Well, anyway, I didn't want to give short shrift to our good friend and benefactor James Webb, so thank you for that again, James. And we have a $5 super chat from Aaron Lawson. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Joshua Oliger. I hope I pronounced that right, Joshua, but he is our newest mod tonight. So you'll see the blue wrench adjoining his name. So thank you, James. I hope you all welcome him. Did I see LA Plane Spotter just tuning in and would like to say hello. Hello to you, Rudy. That's Rudy from Airline Videos Live. And Rudy, of course, wears many hats. He's a music educator, and he's a plane spotter. So thank you for hanging out with us, Rudy. I'm sure the folks will have some questions for you. AP, channel member, says, howdy, Mods. Great to see everyone. Just Planes Crazy says, good evening, new watcher from nearby Euless. Yes, Euless is a hot spot here in North Texas, so glad to see you. What do we have coming in here? We've got a Cessna 208B Grand Caravan. Let me see if I can line this up a little better this time. It's coming in from Tyler, Texas. We're working on our focus there, but I think we got it. As you can see, we've got pretty fair weather here at the big airport tonight.
Tower American 2853 heavy ready at 111.
And Rudy, we've got a big jet coming your way. This is American Flight 2853. It's an American Airlines 777-200ER. It's headed to Los Angeles. I've adjusted things here on the back of the pickup truck. Super SAMU, we like to call it, the Sprinkler Avoidance Mobile Unit. I'd been working with the computer and the switcher behind me, and now I've got everything in front of me. So I think I have more room in the back to move around, but it's still a little awkward because there's not a lot of room to move around, and one has to move around a little judiciously because of a little bit of a bounce here in the truck bed. I do believe we saw the Turkish Dreamliner getting ready to take off. Generally speaking, that plane goes out over to the east side, but we have seen it take off from here on the west side. So there's that. I believe I saw in the chat before I was going on the air here that the British Airways Speedbird, the A380, did not make a flight to Dallas Fort Worth today. I don't know what the reason is, and I think tomorrow, Wednesday, there's going to be chaos in Germany because I think there's a one-day industrial action, as they call it, which will ground Lufthansa's planes, or at least most of them. So I guess we won't be seeing the Lufthansa A340 tomorrow, or any Lufthansa plane. Aviation Down Under says, can I get a shout out trying to grow my plane spotting channel? Well, we don't normally allow that, Aviation Down Under, but hey, I was a little bitty plane spotting channel once, so sure. No, but really, I do like to acknowledge other plane spotters. This is a love of, you have to really love it to do it, and if you can make it work financially later on, that's great. I think we're going to see the Turkish Flight 192 headed out to Istanbul. This is a 7879 Dreamliner. So bully for us. I believe I saw a membership gift just a moment ago. Brian Henry, channel member, gifting 1 Runway DFW membership. Thank you, Brian. In a little bit, we will show you the names of all of our channel members as of, what was it, this morning, I think it was, when I made the list. Just so you know, we are at Founders Plaza here at DFW International Airport in Texas, smack dab between Dallas and Fort Worth. And we come to you from the parking lot of DFW Founders Plaza. It's a very, very nice plane spotting spot that the airport has provided free of charge. Got a great look here at the planes going out on runway 18 left and coming in on 18 right. That's only half the airport. We don't get to see the east side, although we can peek over now and again and see the planes coming in or taking off, but we can't see them landing because we don't have a view of the runway. Istanbul bound. Aviation Down Under wants to know, hey, Runway DFW, will you go abroad someday? And if so, to Melbourne Airport. Well, you know, Melbourne and most of the East Coast Australian airports are pretty well covered between Sid Squad and Julia Flights, and there may be some others that I'm not aware of or can't remember. I would like to go to Australia and New Zealand, but I don't know. It's not in the cards right now. We do know that American is firing up a new route to Australia coming up later this year. I'd like to thank Anthony Guinan, channel member, with a $5 super chat. Good evening from a soggy Long Beach, California. 7.29 inches of rain recorded on my weather station. My goodness. Hope everything's okay. I hope all the hope the roof is holding out and mudslides have not reached your location. That sounds like a lot of rain. Give a shout out to Farida Bed for 7 months of membership in the channel. It's great to be with this group of plane fans from one of the world's busiest airports. May keeps inching closer and spotting both DFW and Dallas Love Field. Cool.
925 ready for departure, 1 left.
Sandra Rivera says hello from Irving, Texas. Just a stone's throw from here. Lonnie Johnson favors us with a $2 super chat. Good evening from Kansas. I hope the winter weather has abated in Kansas. We have what looks to be a United jet. I'm going to say that's an Airbus A319. Taking passengers to San Francisco, the city adjacent to the bay. There's a Cessna 208B Super Cargo Master, which just went through the shot there. It looks like there's some work going on that number 2 engine of the MD-11 there, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody's crawling around up there. Our friend Heath Shelton has just gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. Heath, thank you so much for that, and I know that our viewers will be appreciative. And you're about to see the names of our newest members flashing up there on the screen as we look at another baby bus. This one going to Santa Barbara, California. This one's an American Airlines plane flight 843. The Dallas skyline twinkling in the background. Kind of overcast here tonight, but on the ground the conditions are very clear. So a hearty Runway DFW welcome to our newest members, and a thank you to Heath Shelton for giving us those members. And I know that the random spotter is not our newest member. But rather that's an anniversary message, I think. Let me see if I can find it here.
Departure, good night, 3332.
All right, there we go. FTHL Luke, the random spotter, celebrating 3 months of membership. Good evening, Walt, fellow mods, and the Runway DFW family. Always love a midweek after dark stream with some sweet, smooth jazz. Yeah. Let me see if I can swing around and catch this plane coming in from Denver. It's Frontier Airbus A320, arriving from the Mile High City, flight 4464. I see notice of a super chat from Ross Gin, or is it Gin? I never know if I have that right. So he's favoring us with a $10 super chat with thanks to Heath Shelton for the membership. So everybody's thanking everybody else tonight, which is nice. Bob says, good evening, Walt, and hello from Livonia, Michigan. Hello, Bob. Cast Iron Cruiser is our newest subscriber. Thank you for that. Yuki Sonoda says, thanks for the great channel. Much appreciated. And Bill Caldum, channel member, says, hi, Walt. Hello to you, Bill. We have American Airlines Flight 3735 approaching the takeoff stand. Well, it's American Eagle flight. It's going to Aguas Calientes in Mexico. It's an Embraer 175, I want to say. And as we watch that, we've got American Airlines Flight 2024. This is an Airbus A321 coming in from Los Angeles, soggy Los Angeles. So the E-Jet you saw going to the left of your screen, that'll be taking off to Corpus Christi, Texas, shortly. That'll be Flight 4173 American Eagle. This one, again, going to Aguas Calientes, American Eagle 37... something or other. 3735. Here comes a plane from Los Angeles. Got a chorus of kiddos in the vicinity. There's that American Eagle plane, making its way into the nighttime sky here as we approach the 8 o'clock hour. Lots of activity over yonder at the UPS cargo hub.
2811 clear to take off flaring from 4173. 18 left, line up the landmark 2402.
And once again, this aircraft going to Corpus Christi, Texas, which is on the Gulf Coast, kind of midway between Houston and the border with Mexico. It's the home of Whataburger, Corpus Christi is.
Arnett, B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 2402.
Go swing around real quick to get a Beach 1900C coming in from Amarillo, Texas. It's an Ameriflight. And I think I've lost it. Well, we'll wait for it. There it is. That twin-engine prop left an hour and 11 minutes ago from Amarillo, which is in the Texas Panhandle. And the plane we just saw there, let's give it its due, shall we?
1986.
All right, 1986. I detected another, well, we've got a couple of super chats that came in. Sandra Rivera with a $2 super chat. My 11-year-old son wants to know, what's your favorite plane? Well, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe kind of boring. My favorite plane is the 747, any variety, 747. And number 2 on my list is the A340, which is another 4-engine passenger plane. Aztec01 with a $20 super chat. Thank you. My puppy Nacho says, "Hola, Walt. Great night for plane spotting." We'll say, give that puppy a nice pat on the head. And thank you so much for that super chat. It's going to be hard to keep up with all the messages tonight, and I apologize if I miss anybody along the way, which I know I will. Well, we're at the top of the hour. Let's remind you here that you're watching It's Runway DFW After Dark with your host Walt from DFW International Airport betwixt Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas, here on this Tuesday, February 6, 2024. Thank you for watching. Glad to have you with us on this very pleasant early February evening. 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Hello. All right. Much more to come here. I should point out that we're in Super SAMU tonight, the Sprinkler Avoidance Mobile Unit. I have something to show you here, because just mere hours ago, this this pickup truck was given over to a different purpose. I'll show you that here. Here I am driving back from the feed store with 8 bales of hay in the back of this very truck, which I am now standing in. So the hay has been put away. There's the hay. There's me driving. So our horses, Rain and Troy, will have lots of hay to eat. And then I took over that truck, and here I am in it. Amazing, isn't it? Okay, we've got some planes piling up here, not literally. But I should say more accurately, planes waiting to take off. So we're looking east now to the top end of runway 18 left, where this American Eagle plane is getting ready to take off. It's a CRJ 701 on its way to Yuma, Arizona, with you know, you talk about three-letter airport codes. That's got one of the best ones, YUM. Hey, we're about to see an MD-11, my friends. Let's see, it looks like we've got 1, 2, at least 3 MDs over there. The one that we see in that shot appears to be being worked on.
Over to departures, go 6366.
So now we're going to look at the one that's actually on the move.
RNAV clear and runway 18 left is cleared for takeoff on runway 47.
New subscriber Roberto Armando Cortez Zayas is our new subscriber. Thank you. This is UPS flight 765. It's going to the World Port in Louisville. So there you got some double tri-jet action there. Well, at least one is in action. Well, keep an eye on the other planes coming and going, but we always like to focus in on this great aircraft. And you know we're going to have another cargo bonus for you, because just lighting up is Asiana Cargo Flight 244. That'll be a Queen of the Skies 7474. And that will be going to Seattle. So very good chance we'll see that taking off here on runway 18 right or 18 left. A-list flyer Chris says this plane will be going from Miniport to Worldport. Miniport, I think that is Pip's name for this UPS facility. Detailing with John says, I think my brisket is on board that plane. Well, may it get ever closer to you. We have a lot of kids going in front of our microphone. Donnie White says, Walt, who do you favor in the Super Bowl? Well, you know, I'm the kind of person who has to think before actually knowing who's in the Super Bowl. I'm not a football guy. But I guess I'd have to say Kansas City. But I don't want to make anybody mad. Actually, our channel sponsors from that area, not from that area, but from the San Francisco area, so I don't want to make James Webb mad. So I'll just say, may the best team win. I just have no rooting interest. Does that make me weird? Kevin Kelly says, good night, Walt and everyone. Kevin, it's been a pleasure seeing you here. Thank you for being a member of Runway DFW. See you next time. Yuki Sunda says, the sound of a roaring jet never gets old. Joel Jack says, MD-11, let's go. Mrs. C48 says, hey, fellow horse person, love the channel. Thank you, Mrs. C48. Martha Purdue, channel member, says, love this. Glad we can fulfill your desires. We make sure we're not missing anything over there on the main runway.
We do.
Well, we're about to see, we've got a 777 lining up to take off for London Heathrow. So we may flip over there to get a gander at that. Looks like it's third in line to take off, so we won't miss that. Never want to miss a heavy. All right, this one's on the move now. We're going to have to slowly pan our way over to 18 left to where that big 777 is. There it is. Once again, this is going to London. It's 777-300 ER. It's a 7-year-old aircraft. You can hear the mighty MD. I'll show it to you here. I think it's waiting for 18 right to be cleared because there's a Delta plane coming in from Salt Lake City. Could be Delta Flight 1301 and Airbus A319. Our newest subscriber is named Billy Couches. Thank you, Billy. So I think the American Dreamliner is getting ready to head out. I'm sorry, the American 777, I should say. That's not it.
American 78 Heavy is ready.
Oh, there it is. I think the London-bound flight is still waiting further instructions. So that may give us an opportunity here to see the triple-engined jet turn and burn.
RNAV Park, no takeoff when left EPS 767. Line up to the right, 18 left to American 78.
Seems to have been a little more leisurely takeoff than some MD blast-offs we've seen.
Hello,
All right, American Flight 78 now. Is on the way, sorry. This is the flight across the pond to London. London Heathrow. We don't have any Gatwick flights from here. Nor do we, I don't think we have it, well, I know, we don't have any flights to any other UK destinations. Seems like we'd have a flight to Birmingham or Edinburgh. But no, not from here. Not right now, anyway. All right, there's some cargo, but we got some big cargo headed our way now. Queen-size cargo. This is the Asiana plane we told you earlier about. And it is now making its way to 18 left. Flight 244 off to Seattle. And I do see in the news that Asiana's merger plan with Korean Air is making headway. However, part of that arrangement may be that the cargo portion of Asiana gets sold off as a way to appease regulators. So this plane has now crossed 18 right, which is the arrivals runway here, on its way to 18 left. And depending on how heavy it is, it may make a left turn there to get more runway for takeoff. It looks like that's what's happening. We've seen these big jets sometimes just go straight across to 18 left and make a right turn and then blast off from kind of a third of the way down the runway.
April, ready for departure, Shanghai 44. Runway ready, runway 18 left, Shanghai 44.
We have another heavy jet going out there. That is American Airlines Flight 997 to 7879 Dreamliner, headed south to Buenos Aires. There's the Qantas jet you saw in the background there, headed back to Sydney. We'll be seeing that taking off in the next 10 minutes or so, if everything goes well. And of course, American has announced a new route from DFW to Brisbane, which launches in October, I believe it is. Back to the chat in a minute or two. I'm sorry, there's just had so much going on here. Wheels up to Seattle. I do believe I see an Avianca. No, that's an American plane. For some reason I thought that was an Avianca. You see in the background a plane taking off from the east side of the airport.
Takeoff, 18 left, we're RNF.
Lots of stuff going on. Let me take a little bit of time out to acknowledge some messages here. Sandra Rivera says, my 11-year-old son has a model of the 747. I can't think of anything nicer. Ross says, the exhaust in front of the lights looks so cool at night. It does make for a nice shot. Donnie White says, Walt, when was the last time you saw DFW closed due to winter weather? I think we had a little bit of a shutdown earlier this winter. I can't remember when the last date was. It doesn't get shut down for very long. They do have a lot of de-icing and runway clearing equipment. I don't think we've had any snow this year, but we have had some ice. Allison N says, by the way, the entire N family has clicked the like button tonight for tonight's stream. Well, that helps. That certainly does help. Thank you. Dennis Cantonin says, love your channel. A little lethargic MD-11, LOL. Yeah, he's referring to that, to the UPS plane we saw take off a little while ago. I'm a little behind on messaging, so I apologize for that. Here comes American Flight 1679 from Phoenix, Arizona. Yes, but if you do like our channel, I hope you will favor us by clicking the thumbs up like button and subscribing if you so choose. Makes a difference. And tell your friends if you have aviation friends who like to watch planes from different places. Big Spirit of Australia is slowly heading our way. New subscriber by the name of our King. Welcome to you. If you're new to the channel, we do this. I'm usually here 2 or 3 times a week. This is not my full-time job, so gotta kind of squeeze it in amongst other things. But I do like to come out here and show you stuff. Here we see an A300 backing out. It's a flight 761 UPS. It's going to Ontario, California. So it will be taking off in front of our very eyes on 18 left when it gets out there. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it gets busy here. There you see all the planes lined up to go out. And here is just barely caught the end of it. That's my favorite American Airlines Heritage livery. Sorry we didn't see more of it, but Flight 577 just came in from Denver. 737-800. Not too many years ago, all the planes here looked like that with the red and blue AA on the tail and the red, white, and blue cheat stripe down the fuselage. Can't really get a very good look at it from this distance. Got some new subscribers. Thank you to you guys and gals.
American 1371.
Josh Aldrich, Retro AA. Yes.
Good night, American.
Fly Idaho says 57 degrees at DFW. Wouldn't that be nice? 39 here in Idaho with snow forecast overnight. Yikes.
Park Nova Way, 18 West American 1371.
Here is the Qantas flight that is going to Sydney. It's still got a few. It's like it's still got a few planes to catch up with before it can go out. I have something special to show you, though. Take a look at this. This is from our friend Dale Helton, who sent us this picture of a Qantas A380 landing here at DFW Airport. And if you look closely, you'll see that the kangaroo on the tail is sporting a cowboy hat. Isn't that cool? I wish I had seen that when it was first here. But he shared that photo with us, and I thank you for doing that, Dale. You go back to the plane we have now. We don't see the A380 here anymore. Hold on there. But Qantas instead sending us Dreamliners. Now there was some chat in our last transmission on Saturday, I think it was, that Qantas is unretiring another A380, and there was some speculation that perhaps they could return the A380 to service betwixt here in Australia. So nothing official on that, just a rumor, but nice to think about. There goes that A300 leaving the yard here. Once again, that's going to Ontario, California.
Over departure on board 3539 feet.
But it's going to have a little bit of a wait because there's just all sorts of planes waiting to take off here on the west side. Including Qantas Flight 8 back to Sydney. Which I don't believe has a beheaded kangaroo on its tail. Once again, we're coming to you live and in color from the bed of an F-150 pickup truck here at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. We've now been broadcasting for an hour, so fun. Farida Bed, channel member, says currently 28 degrees Fahrenheit in Charlene Dawkins' hometown, Cleveland. Warming to 50 tomorrow. Well, that's more like it. Dale said, thanks, Walt, for me putting on his picture. Thank you, Dale. A lot of reaction to that. I see our friend and channel member Barbara P. Sterling in the chat room. Hello to you, Barbara. Johnny Dodge says, thank you, Walt. Stream is looking great. Always glad to get a reception report. Dale said, I just happened to get that shot with the cowboy hat. I didn't know they had done that until I went to look at the picture. I know I've done some things like that before, too. There was, I think it was it a 777 American Airlines coming in once? It was a wide-body jet. And I didn't know until I was looking at the Facebook page for DFW area plane spotters that plane that I took a picture of coming in had its rat deployed. It's a little kind of a little propeller that comes out of the bottom of the plane to provide electrical power in an emergency. And sometimes they'll go out and test that device. And so I guess that's what happened that day. But I didn't see it when it happened live. It was only later on that I found out about it, that I had a picture of it. So we're waiting for Qantas to take off.
20 left line of way, American 1598. Good night, American 2968.
Get you a close-up here of all the planes that are kind of clustered there waiting to take off here on the west side. I don't think I can even count them. O'Malley clarifying RAT means Ram Air Turbine. Yeah, I couldn't remember what that stood for. Thank you, O'Malley. One of our newest mods and a loyal channel member. Well, I'm seeing we've had, is this right? 853 messages in the chat tonight. Way more than I can absorb, so you'll excuse me if I miss anybody's, but I do appreciate all of you, and I think it's nice for you to be able to yak at one another while I'm taking the pictures here. Martin Porcelain is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Martin. This is a 7879 Dreamliner. It's 5 years old. Off on one of the longest flights that is available to be had from this location. Beve, channel member and moderator, says, it's been a peppy chat tonight. It has indeed. And I think, we've got a lot of people watching tonight, and I think that means we've got a lot of new folks watching, so I want once again to welcome all of you. Especially if you're new. To chat here on Runway DFW, you have to be a subscriber. And once you're a subscriber, you've got to wait 10 minutes. There's a little timeout before you can chat. That's just one of the benefits of being a subscriber to the channel. And then being a subscriber doesn't take any kind of a dent out of your pocketbook. It's totally free. So love to have you in the chat with us if that is your wish. If not, just kind of hang back and chill and lurk. Lurking is fine. Well, as we wait for this plane to take off, we're going to look at American Flight 2659. It is coming in from Santa Ana, California. It's a 737-8. And it'll be here in about, let's say, 30 seconds or so. So I think the plan is that I'll tilt up, catch that coming in, and maybe by the time that lands, this airplane will be ready to take off. I don't know, can you see it coming in behind me? Yeah, there it is. You see it coming in the sky there.
Tower 3344, it's going to be a few minutes for us. Do you have a place to put us? We got to make a phone call.
So there's the arrival from Santa Ana, 737-800.
RMB Fire 18 left, good takeoff, American 636.
Backlog clearing up a little bit there. This A300 of the UPS brand is still waiting its turn. And now, for some reason, I don't see the Qantas plane on the radar. Well, it's on the move now, so... Qantas now in the #1 spot to head back to home base in Sydney. And no cowboy hat on that roo.
All right, 240, report traffic at 955, 215.
And as you would expect on a long trans-Pacific flight, plane has a long run out down the runway. And we wish you a safe flight back down under. I just kicked the tripod.
Ever take off 18 left, RNAV Larry, just under the climb. On 18 left, 4822.
Well, there's the big picture at DFW. You can see lots of activity here late at night. John P. Pantoja says, greetings and good evening from Pembroke Pines, Florida, 57 degrees, and subscribed a moment ago. So it's almost the same temperature here in North Texas as Florida? Crazy. I am here to report a $100 super chat from Barbara P. Sterling. Thank you, Barbara, for that. Hello, Walt. Working on recovery. Not been here live in a while. Love seeing planes at night. As lights glance off of them. Very pretty. Stay safe in the truck. Many good wishes to you. Thank you, Barbara. I am totally safe here in the truck. I feel very safe here at Founders Plaza. We've got lots of surveillance cameras here from the airport. They keep a close eye on things here. In fact, once I saw a plane that had I don't know what this is doing. There's an I'll get back to my story. There's an E-jet which looked like it was getting ready to take off. I think this is flight 344 American Eagle. An Embraer 175 headed to Chattanooga, Tennessee, but I don't think it's going there at the moment. I'll turn around and maybe try it again. Thanks again, Barbara, for that very kind super chat, and I hope you are feeling much, much better. So I didn't hear any. So I didn't hear any chat on the radio to indicate what that might have been all about. We're looking east here to the east tower of DFW with the skyline of Dallas gleaming in the background. Don't see any landings in the immediate vicinity, so it's all takeoffs for the time being. The next of which appears to be American Eagle Flight 3404 to Manhattan, Kansas, an Embraer 175. Razor 3NT says, howdy from San Antonio. Wish we had as much traffic as DFW or Houston or even Austin. Well, but you're going to have something special coming up this spring there in San Antonio, and that is the arrival of Condor flights from Germany. You know, the planes that look like flying beach towels. I'm super excited about that, and I hope you are too. I haven't made any formal plans to go to San Antonio, but I might just try to sneak down there to see that. I did catch a glimpse of the Condor flights when I was at LAX last September, and I don't know, those planes are very divisive, that livery, that beach towel livery, but I like it. I'm sticking to it. There's an E-jet on its way to Lubbock, Texas. Flight number 357. There it goes, a CRJ 701ER, American Eagle, flight 6272. And it gets off the ground rather snappily. And that's on its way to Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'm just looking at that that flight to Chattanooga that we saw kind of aboard its launch. Didn't quite achieve flight velocity there. And I believe this is it here in the center of your screen, kind of slowly taxiing and turning here. So once again, this flight 3344 American Eagle, it started down runway 18 left, went very slowly, and then stopped, turned off, and now it's just been kind of taxiing around. Don't know if it's going back to the terminal or not. Meanwhile, we're down to 2 planes that are left to take off from 18 left. The first of which, well, they're both A321s. Well, this one is a Neo. I think the one on the left is an Airbus A321. It's going to Los Angeles, flight 1446. And we have a super chat from TS, who says, "Hi from Corpus Christi." Let us put that up here on the screen if I can. So thank you, TS. Hello to you in Corpus Christi. So once again, the plane on the left here, starting to roll. It's going to Los Angeles, not Corpus Christi. I don't think American sends any A321s to Corpus Christi. Last time I went to Corpus Christi, well, probably the only time I went to Corpus Christi by air, was on an American Eagle Dashi. That would have been, wow, more than 25 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, I don't know. American Flight 2628 to Omaha, Nebraska. It's a 737-800. So if you're just tuning in and you are wondering where's the A380s, well, we only see one of them. British Airways flight betwixt here and London. And it did not operate today for whatever reason. Waiting to see flight 1203 to Phoenix is an Airbus A321 Neo. There it is. So yeah, no King of the Skies here today. We have seen, however, we've been lucky enough to see so far an MD-11 lifting off for Louisville and Queen of the Skies, Asiana cargo going to Seattle. A potpourri of airplanes here tonight.
Good day, American Total.
This is American Eagle Flight 6371. It's going to Grand Island, the CRJ 701ER. Still got that Chattanooga flight on my radar. Check on that right after this. If you were not here for that, we had an American Eagle flight, an E-Jet headed out to Chattanooga, and it failed to lift off. I mean, it didn't, you know, it wasn't like an emergency thing. It just started rolling and then went slowly. And yeah, it looks like the flight to Chattanooga is back at Terminal B, so it will not be going anywhere, at least not for the short term. We do, however, have some action if we pan over with camera B just a little bit over here. It's like an A300. Got a little smoky start there. Now we've got some double barrel UPS action because we have a second MD-11 which is pushing back now. It's kind of out of our sight, but we'll see it shortly. It's going to Louisville as well as the last one did.
Ready to go?
Network says, I love night plane spotting. Beto Basilio says, hello from Arkansas. And Luke alerts us to that MD-11. Which we can catch on camera B here. Kind of behind a fence, so we don't see too much of it. Pardon? Sure.
What are you working on? What are you doing?
This is a live YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's called Runway DFW. So we're live right now.
Okay. What's your format?
Take pictures of planes landing and taking off. That's it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How often do you come out?
2 or 3 times a week.
Awesome. Okay. You just come out here and document places and just come in and leave?
That's all it is.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
It's kind of like virtually being here.
Yeah, and then have it live set up in the meantime. What kind of quality is it, like 4K, like you're doing like high def, like what kind of broadcast?
It's high definition. We don't the cameras are capable of 4K, but we're only putting it out in
I'm a music producer type of person. I went to school for that. I also DJ and whatnot. So if you're doing a live stream setup, I'm fascinated.
Great. Well, feel free to watch.
Yeah, I don't want to get in the way or anything.
No, not in the way. Talk to somebody who is a little curious about what we're doing.
Yeah, during COVID, I wanted to study. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Are you a hot mic?
Pardon?
Are you a hot mic?
Am I a what?
Hot mic.
Yes. So anything you say can be held against you in a court of law. I don't think that camera's focusing very well right now, but
During COVID,
yeah.
I wanted to study organic interviews.
No.
And decided to also combine that with me wanting to do something for mental health.
Cool.
So I got back into DJing
Oh, wow.
and just wanted to do a 1 hour, live, no planning, really kind of DJ sets
Yeah.
as a form of mental health therapy during COVID.
That sounds very rewarding.
It was very, very mental health. This kind of seems the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And thanks for being out here.
You're welcome.
Making the also a little more accessible. Cheers, man. Good luck with the broadcast.
Okay, thank you. So there, we've made a friend. There goes that MD. Looks like it's going to cut in front of the A300. So we've got a train of planes here, led by the mighty MD-11, followed by the A300.
Alright, B car 20 left and take up. Yes, 70.
A turn and burn for the MD-11. Nighttime tri-jet action for you here on Runway DFW.
To your audience?
Pardon? All right, here goes the A300 off to Ontario, California. No, I'm sorry, this is going to RFD Airport in the Chicagoland area.
RFD, Park Clear, takeoff line left, UPS 755 heavy.
One last segment. Look at the broadcast.
Go to Park, UPS 755 heavy.
A new subscriber by the name of Alan Deco. If I pronounced that right, thank you, Alan. And so we are, we're in a bit of a quiet time here at Founders Plaza, so see a little Beechcraft headed out there. We've just gone by the 10 o'clock hour here in Central Texas, or here in North Texas. So let us remind you what you're watching. Yes, it's Runway DFW After Dark. My pleasure to meet you here. It's Walt here at the DFW Founders Plaza, the official plane spotting location for Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. And we'll be with you probably for the most of this next hour, with whatever's left over to bring you here from the airport tonight. It is Tuesday, February 6, 2024. Thank you for watching. Glad you are here with us. Let's see, I think I saw a membership gift here. Oh yes, from Sarah, the real deal. Let me get it. That doesn't look right. Let me try that again. I'll go back here and pop that in again. Let's see if it looks any better. There we go. Well, that's Daryl P. was the recipient of the Sarah Deal gift of one Runway DFW membership. So thank you, Sarah, the real deal. Pinux Sharab says Cargo Capital USA. Well, I don't know about that. There are lots of places that have more cargo than we have here to offer you, but it's a pretty good assortment. It's a nice mix between passenger and cargo here at DFW Airport, so I am not complaining about that. Here is some activity for you. It's American Flight 2564. This 737-800 is on its way to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Confirm that was a line up and wait for 18 left, American 2564.
Point 18 left, American 2561.
Looks like we've dropped a degree since we started. I think we started, it was 57 degrees. Now it's 56. The wind is coming out of the south very gently. Let's see, the airport says 9 miles an hour. It actually says from the southeast, or the east-southeast, actually.
Okay, RNAV to depart, clear for takeoff 18 left, American 2561.
As this takes off, we've got American Flight 2365 arriving from Phoenix. There'll be an Airbus A321. Right here on Runway DFW for this Tuesday night after dark. And that's the flight from Phoenix. Well, we've got a DHL flight headed to Cincinnati, operated by ABX Air, with one of my favorite liveries, the ketchup and mustard DHL livery. It is lit up on the radar down in the cargo area. Oftentimes that plane comes on the radar quite a while before it actually makes an appearance, but we should see it later. Now, it may not take off from this side of the airport because that usually goes over to the east side for a Cincinnati departure, but we'll see what happens. Flight 1974, American Airlines from Las Vegas, an Airbus A321, is next on the arrival docket. As I almost trip over my headphone cord. Hey-less Flyer Chris says, I'm starting to fade, so I'm going to call it a night before I start making a barrage of spelling errors or my forehead does the typing. Wonderful turnout tonight. Thank you all. Yes, Chris, and thanks to you for being a member of the channel and also a great mod. I saw you earlier on the Pip Hastings broadcast, so you have had a long day, in addition to whatever else you've been doing. Randy Bucksbaum says, who's a channel member, says, I need to get on an airplane and go somewhere. You know, I have that same itch, Randy. I haven't done anything to make that happen yet, though. Detailing with John says, Night, Walt, about to take a nap before I operate American Flight 60 back to DFW. Well, so happy to have had you with us, Captain. Safe flight to you. Lyle Brink says, do you take this stream to other airports? Not very often. We've gone to Love Field a few times, Love Field in Dallas, and we've gone to Austin, Texas Airport once. And that's it for Texas airports. And we did go to LAX for Cranky Dork Fest last year. Did a couple of streams there. I was about to do my third and it started raining and I had to pack up because I didn't have any protective gear. But I did get a couple of streams in at LAX and that was great fun. And I had a lot of help from our good friend Kevin of Airline Videos Live. Kind of helped schlep me around. And it was great to see him and Rudy and a lot of our viewers there at Cranky Dork Fest. Got to meet Skittles there. Got to meet who else? Josh Aldrich. I hear an airplane revving up. Oh yes. There it is. One of my favorite airplanes that we don't get to see in a passenger configuration here at DFW, except on rare occasions. No scheduled flights. The 757. This one's going to RFD Airport in the Chicagoland area, in Rockford. So yes, that there is a 20th century airplane. See if I can tell you anything about this. Still looking. Hang on. Well, the usually reliable airfleets.net was not able to give me any background information on this plane, so suffice it to say it's been around a while. We'd like to say hello to Caribbean Guy as a new subscriber to the channel. Thank you. And Crispy, another new subscriber. I'm a fan of the 757. Anybody know why Boeing decided to favor the 757 over the 737? And why do we have the 737 50 years later and 757 not so much? Well, there's nothing in the way of this plane to do a turn and burn, as long as the dispatchers go along with that. Here's the Big Brother 767 getting pushed back. It's going to Louisville.
Clear for takeoff, 18 left to B Park, UPS 3759.
Seven 757 often has a snappy takeoff, so let's see what happens here. On runway DFW. Yes, a very angular takeoff, I would say. And meanwhile, there's the 767. This one headed to Louisville. 13 years old. O'Malley chiming in says at some point the 757-300 was offered and there were few orders. Bad timing. Did I say 7? I said 757. Now, when they had no more to make, they shut down the production line, and so that was the name of that tune. Dave Henderson says Boeing stated they might bring the 757 back in a modified form. So I guess we'll see what happens. And Chris FX says they're going to bring back the 757 as a more current and up-to-date version. Boeing has already confirmed. Well, Glorioski. Daryl P. says the 757 was a phenomenal plane, one of the best ever made. Beth F. says, hi, Walt. Never knew I needed live-streamed airport action, but here I am. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Beth F. And, let's see here. Larry Hawkins says, I flew the 757 on United back in the day on the Chicago-San Francisco-Chicago run. And Yin Cathay Spotter, channel member, says this is the UPS 767 that will be going to Louisville. Yes, it is. Channel member Red Eye says, good night, folks. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks, Walt. You're welcome. So there's a couple planes waiting to take off over on 18 left. Frontier Flight 4463 to Denver and Frontier 3283 to Phoenix. An Airbus A320 and an Airbus A320 Neo, respectively. So Sammy the Squirrel on the tail of this plane to Denver. Hard to see. We were a little over it. We've got the exposure dialed up so you can see the planes in the darkness. So that bright tail doesn't give us a very good look at Sammy, regrettably. We've still got one MD-11 over there at the UPS facility.
Runway 18 left, clear for takeoff,
Runway 18 left, 793 heavy.
Will we see it in action? Emery Yurtis with a $5 super chat. Never understood why American decided to retire the 757. Flew it from DFW to Miami last. Yeah. Well, they're still around. Of course, Delta and United are big-time operators of the 757 and the 767 for that matter. Speaking of which, there's the UPS 767
Depart, clear for takeoff 18 left, UPS 793 heavy.
getting ready to take off to Louisville. And as this goes out, we're going to be seeing a Delta Flight 866 coming in from Minneapolis, St. Paul on an Airbus A320. There it goes. Here comes the Delta flight. Let's see if we can swing around for that without making you too very dizzy.
Depart 793 speed.
So we do get Delta and United flights in here, but they do not regularly schedule any of their seven fives or 7.6s here. We do see the occasional sports charter. And while that's still in our sights, let's give it a little musical salute.
1998.
Another 20th century plane. For you, the Runway DFW viewer. So it's become a bit quiet here. We do have this. This MD-11, is that a tug? Well, no, it's got, I don't think that's going anywhere in short order. You can see on Flight Radar 24, the traffic has kind of cleared up a little bit. We don't have any planes waiting to take off at the moment. are still here, standing in the truck. Adam Turner says, hey everyone. Caribbean guy, I think probably speaking about that last MD-11 we saw. Adam saying, hey Walt, good to be back at night. Thank you. David Thorne says, just joined from South Australia. It's crystal clear and a fantastic coverage. Thank you, David. David, sorry you missed the Qantas liftoff to Sydney. But you can go back and watch it, I guess. More 757 talk. O'Malley says the last 757 was delivered in 2004. Doesn't make it seem likely that Boeing would resume production on that, but I guess they've had issues with their current crop, some of their current crop of planes. Maybe they go back to something they know that's perfectly reliable. Drew 1234 is watching from rainy Las Vegas. Caribbean guys with a shout out from Kingston, Jamaica. Brian Swenson says, hello, plane spotting friends from the Gold Coast. While working, just a quick pop in. Are you talking about the Gold Coast of Australia? Sam says, great show, my friend. Thank you, Sam. Scoobers1 says, how long has the stream been going? They just got off work. We've been on the air for now just over 2 hours. And I'm about to evaluate how much longer we're going to be on. I think we still should be getting the American flight to Auckland, New Zealand. And if we wait long enough, the second of 2 daily Qatar flights back to the Middle East. Beth F, that's hard to say, Beth F. Beth F says, these are quite relaxing to watch whenever I go up to see my mom in Cheektowaga, New York. I like to sit outside and watch the planes fly over her house and land at Buffalo. You hear me bouncing around here in the truck. We've got a plane getting ready to take off. So if I push all the right buttons, you can see it. It's American Eagle Flight 3344 to Harlingen, Texas, down there on the border with Mexico. New subscriber named Winflux. We welcome you to the channel. I feel my voice getting a little scratchy. I think I'm going to take a sip of cool water here in a moment. Yes, let me turn down the mic here and I'll grab a sip. I'll have you listen to some music. There you go, the Runway DFW After Dark Orchestra with another selection for you. Cargo Lux 747 fan, Dallas, Australia says, hey everyone, good to see you here. Brian Svensson clarifies, Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, indeed. So I did get that. Got that one right. Kush says, good evening from balmy Minneapolis, St. Paul. 51 degrees in February. Well, that's almost as warm as it is here. Happy to have you on board with us. Ross wants to know, is that a King Ranch F-150, Walt? Good looking truck. Yes, it's a, what is it? I think it's a 2007 or 2006. It's an old truck. But, and I think we just put 100,000 miles on it recently. But really, the only thing it does besides take me to the airport maybe once a week, and this is it's a 100-mile round trip from home to the airport. Other than that, it just goes to the feed store once a week, and we showed you that earlier, if you missed it. Oh, and Brian Svensson clarifies that Wellington Flights Live Kevin will be visiting in April to the Gold Coast in Australia, so I'll be excited to see that. Kevin does some great shows from Wellington. And if you haven't, be sure to check out his channel, Wellington Flights Live. All right, here's that 767 we told you about earlier in the ketchup and mustard livery. It's a 21-year-old 767-300ER. It's going to Cincinnati. It has no competition to take off over here on the west side of the airport. Look at that livery. I love that. It's got a cheat line. It's got the red underbelly. So this plane is going to take off on 18 left. It's going to come up here, I guess, maybe a little bit. Nope, going to make a right turn on 18 left and head off to Cincinnati. I do see the American Airlines flight to Auckland lit up on the radar at Terminal D. So we'll at least hang out for that. That's a Dash 9 Dreamliner. Might even see it in the background being pushed back there. That's it there, I think. On its way to the Buckeye State.
Epic Falls, we have you see it.
Boeing 777 pilot says, "Good day, everyone. How's it going? We're having a good time tonight, Captain." Network says 49 degrees in Malibu, California. Whoa, that's a little chilly. And O'Malley chimes in with 42 degrees Fahrenheit in Tacoma, Washington. Sounds like it would be about the right temperature for this time of year in Tacoma, Washington, but I don't really know for sure. Yin Cafe Spotter, channel member, is off. Says, "Thank you, Runway DFW. See you next time. Thank you for being a part of our broadcast today." Boeing 777 pilot says, "Have you heard that American is starting a route from DFW to BNE, which is Brisbane in Australia, later this year?" Yes, we have. We talked about it on our last program, and we talked a little bit about it earlier tonight. That's very exciting. In fact, I looked just for grins to see what the seat availability was on the first flight from here to Brisbane using Advantage miles, and yeah, you can get a seat on there, at least so far, but it's kind of, far in advance. That'll be a fun trip, a long trip. That'll be American's longest flight of all of its destinations. Douglas Serrano says, "Evening, Walt and Mods." Hello, Douglas. Draven Mills has a greeting for everyone, as does Jackie Hughes. So we're happy to see you here with us. David Thorne queries, "How long will the live stream go for? It's brilliant." Thank you. We are now waiting on the departure of the American Airlines flight to Auckland, New Zealand. As you can hear me kind of moving about the cabin here. That plane has pulled away from the terminal. I think we can see it here. It's a Dreamliner. Sit there kind of in the center of your screen there. So it'll be coming up here to take off on runway 18 left here at the big airport. Andy Lang wants to know, how long is that flight to Auckland? I think it's, about 14 hours? 13, 14 hours? Something along those lines. And what was I going to do? I was going to check to see if we're getting that Qantas flight before we depart here. Qantas flight to Doha is been pushed. It's supposed to go out at 11:55. It's pushed back to 11:13. I don't know if that's one of only a couple of flights that's left, so I think we'll have to pull up stakes after this one. For tonight, anyway. If we want to stay overnight, we could see a Cathay Pacific 747 coming in from Atlanta at 1:40 a.m. At 2 a.m. scheduled a Suparna Airlines 747 from China, but I don't see that as a live flight, so maybe that's not coming in. Also scheduled overnight is a Lufthansa Cargo 777 from Frankfurt at 2:10 a.m. At 3:20 a.m., well, now it's been pushed back to 6:25. A Korean Air 777 from Guadalajara, Mexico. I don't see any departure activity from UPS overnight. I bet they'll get some arrivals here. Yeah, starting about 4:30 a.m., the UPS flights start coming in. So yeah, we're just winding down here for you. We do like to catch the Wellington-bound flight. Brian Svensson says, can you visit down under like Kevin is, Walt? Would love to see you here also one day in our future. Indeed. You know, I would love to. There's other things, you know, there's family things, there's job. I got a job, so, you know, this is not my full-time job, so. But yes, it's definitely a place I'd love to visit, would be Australia and New Zealand. You know, I figure if I go that far, I've got to see both places, right? That is one lit up cabin going to Auckland. Once again, this is American flight number 35. This service just started up, I guess it started up about a year ago or so, and then it's a seasonal route, so it will end before our summer. This is a 5-year-old aircraft scheduled to arrive at 9:25 a.m. in Auckland. A journey of 7,440 miles. I think that was an American Airlines special livery in the background that you just saw. The Medal of Honor livery, which I saw earlier today on Pip's broadcast. Pip's Plane Spotting Live. And no, I was wrong about that livery I saw. That's the Stand Up to Cancer livery that was in the background there. In the background, you saw a plane landing over on the east side of the airport.
3583.
So,
Thank you.
about to head out across the Pacific to Auckland, New Zealand.
We were cleared direct SICAN and then El Paso. You want to put the west text back in there?
You know what I didn't do? I didn't do this.
Stand by.
I'll be here with you for a little while because I've got to salute all of our channel members with what we call a crawl. It's our honor roll, thanking all of our members, and our Runway DFW sponsor, James Webb, tops the list. Thank you, James. James is, over the last year, James has done a whole lot for this channel. And I thank him a lot. Also, to our QuadJet members, this is as of this morning. If you're a new member, your name will not appear here tonight, but it will be on a future crawl. So we salute 757 Chip, A-List Flyer Chris, Beaker and Honeydew, Beve, Cubs Win, Deborah Klein, Dwayne C., James Webb, also a QuadJet channel member. Also, Josh Aldrich, KS Avgeek, Lori M., Michelle R.S., Pete Nordine, R. Bauer 25, Raina Taylor, Skittles, and Will Hutchison, our QuadJet channel members. Thank you so much. And thanks also to all of our TriJet and what is that other thing called? Dual jet? I can't remember what I called it. Twin jet. TriJet and Twin jet. So here come the TriJet members. I'm going to let this play out, so we may be here for another 15 minutes. Oh, and I do see that Qatar plane now being pushed back, so we'll see that. A 777. Well, I don't know if we'll see it take off from over here, because sometimes it goes over to the east side. Why would it go over there tonight? Why wouldn't it just take off from right here? All right, off to Kiwi land, and safe travels to all aboard. So we will now turn our attention to Qatar Flight 732 to Doha. Don't know if we can see it quite yet. But Flight Radar 24 does indicate that it has been pushed back from Terminal D. So we'll keep an eye on it down there. AP channel member says American Airlines Flight 34 currently over the Pacific Ocean en route to DFW in 8.5 hours, while Flight 35 just began its journey to Auckland. Maybe they'll say hi to each other on their as they pass each other. Yaline Delgado says, Walt, have you ever stayed at the hotel directly behind the airport? Well, there's a lot of hotels here at the airport. There is the Grand Hyatt, which is immediately adjacent to Terminal D here. I don't know if we can wander over here while we're waiting for the Qatar flight. So there's the Grand Hyatt. And they have kind of a commanding view of, especially the west side of the airport from the rooftop. But I did make inquiries last year about perhaps broadcasting from up there, and the hotel said, "Yeah, that's fine with us, but you got to clear it with the airport." And the airport said, "Nah." So. We did, however, broadcast from another hotel overlooking the east side of the airport, which is off airport property. We did 2 shows from there. That was this summer? Lost all track of time. Was it this last summer or the summer before? I can't remember, but we broadcast, we called it From the Penthouse. And so we did a nighttime show from there, and then we were up early the next morning to do some more broadcasting before we had to pay the bill and clear out of our room. But the room had a balcony, so that was nice. And we'll probably be back there. The reason we haven't gone back there, in fact, was because shortly after we did our broadcast, DFW Airport closed down one of the east side runways for a reconstruction project, and it's not scheduled to open back up until the spring. So yeah, it must have been this year earlier that we went to the hotel over there. I can't even remember what the name of the hotel was. Let's see what else you've got to say while we're waiting on the big Qatar jet. Oh, Beve remembers that was fun from the Penthouse. Yes. It was a very warm day, but we were pretty much in the shadows up in the Penthouse. So we were on I think the 13th floor, the 14th floor. So we had a very grand view of the east side of the airport. A little further away than would be optimal, but it all worked out. Okay, we've seen all of our tri-jet members, and now we're going to go to the twin jet members. They're on the crawl on the bottom of the screen, so I salute all of you as well. And again, this was pre-produced earlier this morning, so if you don't see your name, if you're a new member, you won't see your name on there, but next time you will. Jackie Hughes says Brisbane is pretty. Well, again, love to go there. I've been watching a lot of I've watched a number of train videos from Australia. There's a lot of interesting trains that traverse the continent. Here comes that Qatar 777. I think this is all going to work out. The only question is whether it will be taking off from this side of the field. And actually, before this takes off, we will be seeing another plane coming in. It will be American Flight 556 from Phoenix, Arizona. Be an Airbus A321. As we tick off the 11 o'clock hour here in the Central Time Zone. Swing around and get you a good look at this incoming plane before we say fare thee well to the Qatar aircraft. So a message from Rohan there. We'll take a closer look at that in just a minute. And now we're about to get the answer to the musical question, will we see the Qatar flight take off from over on this side of the airport? And I think the answer is going to be yes. Because once again, it is quite normal for the flights taking off to eastern destinations to go over to the east side to take off. And of course, flying from here to Doha, not an insubstantial number of hours are involved in that. 12, 13, something like that, maybe 14.
Thank you.
Is scheduled to arrive in Doha at 10:25 p.m. So it's almost, you leave at 10:55 p.m. or 11 o'clock p.m. and you get there at almost the same time. So once again, thanks to all of our Runway DFW channel members, whose names you just saw.
For information, we will not be able to YAML 5,000 above. Please go back to Charlie.
Got a Delta flight coming in from Los Angeles. It's an Airbus A320. This will be our last flight of the evening, barring anything unexpected. I have to be up early tomorrow morning to see my grandson off to school. I'll get to walk him to his school bus. And I need to be there at 6:30 a.m. So.
Understand, maintain 16,000 for the Charlie to Charlie.
This is one of 2 daily flights that Qatar operates between here and Doha.
Charlie, having contact departure 118.55.
118.55, Charlie to Charlie. Thanks, Charlie. Bye.
All right, one more plane. Air Canada coming in from Toronto. It's an Airbus A220-300. Flight 1033. Alrighty then. We have now officially wound down. I would like to thank you very much for being a part of Runway DFW. Whether you're just watching, whether you subscribed, whether you liked, even if you didn't like it, we're glad you tuned in. I'd like to thank very much the sponsor of this channel, James Webb. Thank you, James, for all you do to make this a successful channel. Also to our friend Kevin at Airline Videos Live for the use of his battery power. Kevin, we'd love to see you back here at DFW Airport soon, along with Rudy. And many thanks to the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. You know what you do. And we've had some new members join in, and I don't know, I can't say enough how much they make this channel special for all of you. So hope you'll help me in tipping my cap and yours to the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. All right. We'll be back later this week with more stuff. Hope you can join us then. Hope you'll hit the notification bell. And we're just glad to have you with us here at Runway DFW. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.
For overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
Okay, for all of you who've waited this long, I'm going to do something a little different tonight. I'm going to leave on our behind-the-scenes camera while I pack up. So, there will be a time when I have to turn it off because I've got to shut everything down. But until then, you'll get to see me packing up. So, what can I say? More good nights. And thank you to all for watching. And so yeah, bonus content, says O'Malley. I don't know how interesting it's going to be. You're just going to see me putting things away, packing things up. But yeah, might as well leave it on. So we'll see you next time on Runway DFW. Thank you. Oh, cool. Let's watch Walt pack, says Ben. So I don't know, should I play music while we pack up? We can't hear this song over and over. Yes, I know that. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put on some music. Now, it won't be. It'll be music that we can play. You know, it won't be music you're familiar with. Well, maybe you're familiar with it. It's just kind of what we play as our background music. So let's see here. Let me find that. Yeah. Okay. Well, here we go. Shuffle. An American 777 coming in there in the background. just chiming in here. I have to say, I really enjoy your company. I know it says here that there's 245 people still watching me just pack up, so thank you for doing that. But I still got a ways to go, so I'll put the music back on. But thanks for hanging out with me here at the big airport. I've been listening to all this great music through my earbuds, but now is the time when I have to actually turn the stream off because I've got to wrap up the rest of the cables, which would disconnect the music and turn off our internet connection. So, thanks for hanging out with me here at Founders Plaza. I'm down to my last camera. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Happy contrails to you until we meet again. Thanks for sticking around with me as I back things up here at Runway DFW. See you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be.